Ladies and gentlemen, statistically speaking, if you click off this video right now, you're unlikely to come back. So I don't want you to click off now, but I do have something for you to do. It is a question, ask me a question, as you can see on the community poll. Any question about the market that you'd like to see answered in an upcoming video that I'll probably make tomorrow or the next day. Literally ask me anything about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, altcoins right now, in general, whatever it may be, and I'll answer it in the upcoming video. Don't do it now, do it at the end of the video, but I just thought I'd mention that now. So go ahead and ask away there. And in this video today, in the actual content we're discussing today, we'll be talking about the Bitcoin developments on the long term. Not really many going on there, but there are a few critical levels we need to watch, especially on things like the DXY, Ethereum BTC, Bitcoin dominance, and also the weekly chart on Bitcoin. But more importantly, we'll look into the recent correction we saw, and we've seen actually a resolution of that correction. We've come upwards here. Is that over? That's the question today. Are we in the clear? Before we do that, one more thing, Bitunix, it's the exchange I advertise on this YouTube channel. You can get a 15% trading fee discount with my referral link down below. If you want an exchange that is global, non-KYC, that has never been hacked before, that is very low in trading fees, that also has hundreds of trading pairs available on leverage and spot, this is the exchange for you. So use my link down below to sign up. Takes 30 seconds literally, and you get a lifelong 15% trading fee discount on every single buy and sell, as well as, look at the screen here, $5,500 US highlighted there on the screen in rewards for signing up with that link potentially. So let's get into the content. So I want to start with the short term, but it might sound weird. In order to start with the short term, we need to understand the long term. And I'm going to be very brief here because everyone knows it by now, literally everyone. We are in a descending channel formation. It's been going on for about 7 months, very simply put. In a descending channel formation, there are 3 major lines. There is the top line of resistance, which is the breakout line, the breakdown line, which is the support line, but also something that's not discussed very much at all, is the center line, okay? The line in the middle of the channel, which is what we're testing right now and what we've been testing for the last 2 weeks. Now that we understand the macro range itself, we need to understand that we should not really be making any big macro decisions without macro confirmation. And therefore, while we are within this macro range, no big buys themselves are really justified from a traditional TA perspective. Now, you guys can do what you want, but that's just what the TA says. But what I will say about this range is that seeing as we're on macro support, we can zoom in to the shorter term timeframes and see how the price is reacting to that support. And you can see that on the Bitcoin daily chart. When we've been testing this center line of support right here, we've been forming an RSI support line. That's great to see. There is multi-layered support on both momentum indicators and on the actual price chart itself. And if we zoom in even closer on the hourly chart, we can see that those continued retests we saw throughout early October, throughout last week, they more or less basically held that level. Now, obviously, we saw wicks below it. It's not an exact level, and that's what you get when you have 7 months of consolidation. You're going to get these levels being a bit choppy. You're going to see fake outs up and down and across levels and lines all the time. But at the end of the day, this is a macro level. Remember, just like the top of the channel and the bottom of the channel are macro levels, this center line is a macro level, and so we cannot expect it to be absolutely perfect. And so deviations below it and above it are completely normal. What matters is we close above them on higher time frame candles, like weekly candle closes, for example. And we have done that so far. You know, the last weekly candle we saw, not only did we go down and perfectly retest the center line, we also closed right above that bull market support band. And we need to be doing that again in 2 days and 10 hours. That's the critical thing right now. In 2 days and 10 hours, we need to be holding that weekly candle above the bull market support band and above the center line. If we do not do that, we break down below one of them. That could lead to a snowball effect of things breaking down, such as a weekly chart stochastic RSI bearish cross. If we close a bearish weekly candle here below these critical levels, below, let's say, something like 61.2K, we're in danger. We'll see that bearish cross and we could roll over completely and go all the way back down to the bottom of the channel. And then from there, we're in serious danger and we're way behind schedule again. Only right now, after 7 months of consolidation, is Bitcoin getting back on track to where it's meant to be in the 4-year cycle. We don't really want to be seeing a negative rejection here. It would be unnecessary from a cyclical perspective. We've done all this work to consolidate. We've been sitting around for a long time, getting back on track. For us to flip downwards here would be incredibly frustrating and unnecessary, quite frankly. So it's great to see on these shorter term timeframes, Bitcoin holding this center line, not once, but twice now. Now, of course, we're not out of danger yet. I mean, we've only moved upwards a little bit. We broke, but with that said, we did break above a resistance line that was forming from the peak of the last move from October 8th, 4 days ago. We've seen a breakout there. We've flipped it for support. That's good to see. And we've flipped one additional level of resistance at 61.2K. I would say that for Bitcoin to be completely in the clear, we need to be seeing, quite frankly, a break above the prior high at around 64.5 thousand. Until we get above 64.5 thousand, just very simply put, Bitcoin's still at risk. It's still at risk of breaking down below the center line. We're not in the clear at all. We need to maintain not only the broader, longer-term upwards trend, as you can see right there, but we also need to maintain some sort of, medium-term upwards trend as well. Because right now we've got a potential higher low forming here on the medium term. And in order to re-establish dominance here, we need to turn this into a W formation. And hence we need to break the neckline of that W formation and break 64.5K. So until Bitcoin actually breaks 64.5K, we're not really out of danger, even on the short term. And as long as Bitcoin holds the bull market support band in the center line, the long term's still intact. So it's really kind of focusing on two separate scenarios for two different time frames here, two separate pictures for two different time frames. On the longer term, we're looking at the weekly candle and we're looking to close above 61.2 to maintain that bull market support band. But our progress here, how we're going to monitor the progress, is actually going to be through short term. If Bitcoin flips above the recent high, that's going to be great. And that's going to mean that this move here is done and we can start focusing on moving back to the upside. Now, I don't think there's a massive rush for Bitcoin. For me personally, a lot of people look at this move, this recent correction we've seen, they're thinking, oh my God, here we go again. It's a bit like that. I do understand that, it's been 7 months, but at the end of the day, the reality is, and as I've said many times on this channel before, and as most people know by now, I think, who know what the 4-year cycle is, we moved upwards too fast, too quickly, and now we're seeing extensive consolidation to get back to where we're meant to be. Abnormal price action leads to abnormal price action, very simply put. We didn't see the same thing on the S&P 500. We didn't see the same thing on gold, but they didn't see dramatic upticks at the start of the year or at the end of last year like Bitcoin did, nowhere near the amount. This is pretty expected in a weird way. It's like unexpected but expected at the same time. Again, abnormal price action leads to abnormal price action. But my targets, again, for the weekly chart, Bitcoin is to close above the bull market support band. And for the short term, we need to get above, in my view, 64.5K. And a couple more longer term charts we can look at that are very, very important are the DXY, Ethereum BTC, and Bitcoin dominance, which all kind of show something quite similar right now. DXY, for example, is showing, and this is a chart that is reverse correlated to Bitcoin. Okay, if this goes up, Bitcoin goes down, and that's been true for 7 years now. So what we see in the DXY is bouncing on support here. Critical support that stems backwards from 2015. And we haven't broken upwards yet. Like, we haven't broken a high. We haven't formed an upwards trend. We haven't broken the RSI resistance right here. So we're not in an upwards trend on the DXY, which means that Bitcoin's still not in danger, per se. But we haven't broken down either. And until we actually break down on the DXY, Bitcoin's not going to be in the clear for a parabolic bull run. And the same can be said with the Ethereum BTC chart and the Bitcoin dominance chart. A parabolic bull run on Bitcoin, okay, implies an altcoin season. You do not see parabolia without an altcoin season, because when there is parabolia, there's greed in the market. When there's greed in the market, people aren't looking at Bitcoin, they're looking at altcoins, okay? So for a parabolic bull market to occur, that implies altcoin season. And this is why we can look at Ethereum BTC and Bitcoin dominance and see that, these charts, they're on support right now. They're on support. Bitcoin dominance is at resistance. They're looking to roll over. They're looking to change direction. They're looking to mark that bull market. They're looking to trigger an altcoin season. And that would be triggered only if Bitcoin is in a parabolic bull market. But they're not quite there yet. Just in the same way that Bitcoin the DXY hasn't broken down yet, and hence Bitcoin has not gotten the clear on the macro, Ethereum BTC and Bitcoin dominance are saying the same thing. We've got rejections here. We haven't broken upwards, but we haven't actually broken downwards either, right? So the whole market, as you would know just by looking at the channel formation on Bitcoin over the last 7 months, has just, quite frankly, not decided yet. It's still in a period of indecision, unfortunately. It's leaning bullish, it's leaning macro bullish, and we can, get that same message from multiple different places. We can get it from Bitcoin, we can get it from the DXY, we can get it from Ethereum BTC, we can get it from Bitcoin dominance. It doesn't matter where we get it, the message is all the same. But the fact that all these charts corroborate with the same message means that we can be confident in the message. The message is, we haven't really made a decision yet on macro, we're probably going to make it soon, hasn't come yet. But for right now, we need to focus on what's actually going on within the channel. And that's why this recent price action and 64.5K and the center line of a channel are so important. So with all of that said, guys, go ahead and check out my YouTube community post. I said at the start of the video, ask me a question about the market that you would like to see answered in an upcoming video. Go to my YouTube community page and ask me a question. I'll answer it in one of the upcoming videos. Everyone should do that. If you want a question answered, I answer pretty much all of them. So do that if you want. Again, Bittrex exchange, very good exchange, low trading fees, never been hacked before, global non-KYC. Everything you need is on this exchange, and I can say that as a trader, and that's why I'm offering you a 15% trading fee discount if you simply sign up with my referral link, as well as USDT bonuses just for doing that. It takes 30 seconds, there's nothing to lose there, so go ahead and do that down below. I'll mention a couple more things here, one of them being the VIP group on Telegram. If you want to get altcoin trading signals posted by myself, I offer them on Telegram, and they have a 78% win rate over the course of 2 years. So I'm not just saying, oh, give me money and, roll the dice. I'm saying, hey, look, I've got a deal for you here. I post trading signals 4 times a week. I've been marking the track record for 2.5 years almost. Here's the track record. It's fully transparent. Got nothing to hide. It's going very well. And you can get in on that if you want to. So that's the offer there. Go ahead and take it if you want. And the last thing I'll offer you is the Become a Trader 10-unit course by the Crypto Academy. Now, the Crypto Academy is developed by myself and Megawell Crypto, who's also a YouTuber in the cryptocurrency space. You might know of him. We made a course in 2022. We're selling it. It's on sale right now. So it's actually a discounted price. If you want to learn how to trade, you want to learn TA, that's where you can do it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you tomorrow.